Officially starting my hike up to Wheeler Peak. What is it? 8.2 miles, 2,900 feet elevation gain up to like 13.5. Now just 13,000 feet here in Great Basin National Park. Starting in the dark, 5:15 a.m. Let's get it. So after I did Lassen Volcanic, I was absolutely exhausted. Somewhere in that time frame of either doing it and I was too tired. I ended up with a sore throat, and I was curious if the sore throat grew. Felt like it was getting into my ears, into my sinuses. I was night sweats, body aches, fever, couldn't swallow anything. I was in so much pain. Crossing Nevada to get to the Great Basin, I tried to flush it out with a bunch of vitamin C. I was drinking like 3,000 milligrams of those emergency packet thingies a day. I was doing honey, water, trying to hydrate, just whatever, and then the painkillers to make sure I could continue to eat and swallow and shit. And some Halls to try and calm the fire in the back of my throat. Today, I'm still not 100% recovered, but there is pending weather coming. It's supposed to be thunderstorms and rain. Noon's the next time it's supposed to ramp up, possibly be thunderstorms, lightning. So we're gonna try to knock this thing out. Online I said 5.5 hours. We'll see how long it takes. I'm not 100%, I don't have full energy. I'm still congested. Breathing's a little more exasperated. So, oh, there's just enough light there. Not sure if it's that one or this one, or if it's behind. Either or. Day 178, Park 25, Great Basin National Park, going to Wheeler Peak. Too busy looking at the peaks. You'll notice a few little does and fawns over here. That's all developing very nicely. Now this is completely exposed with no trees. Animals are out early. They were not fazed by me one bit. Might have been 20 yards from them, not very far. They're all just still grazing. So that's a clear shot. Nevada, straight to Utah. Utah's the other mountain range. The border's literally right there. I got this other this doe right here. I'm gonna try to cut in front of me. I'm gonna do it quickly. Deer are funny. I don't care what anybody says. Deer are hilarious to watch. Below me I got still a lake, and then you got these crazy sun rays. Now that it's above the horizon, it's trying to break through between the clouds. This is where the ass kicking begins. Good news is the hiking got my heart pumping, helped me clear out all the mucus. And 2 days ago, I was on the other side of those windmills, up along that mountain ridge, a little deeper that way. Oh, this is gonna be a grind. The legs have the burn, yeah, but it's more of just focusing on your breath. Controlling your breath is the most important thing. And I'm breathing through my mouth and exhaling through my mouth, so there's no control there. I'm just trying to get as much good, clean oxygen as I can. The sun just starting to come out behind me. Can't believe there's supposed to be rain and thunderstorms in a few hours. Those deer, I'm also closing in on them. They just keep going higher as I keep going higher. I'm probably super confused. Why are you following me? Well, trail told me to. They're spooked. Bull's looking right at me. And they trot away. Lots of deer out here in the morning at Great Basin National Park. It's pretty incredible up here. I'm not even at the peak yet. How exposed and open the surrounding Nevada landscape is. Like, you can see everything. I can't wait to get to the top because I bet that 360 is pretty cool. Well, I got a little bit up the saddle, but it's still going up, and I want to say I'm going to this one, not that one. Decided to put the sweatshirt back on. I was getting a little too chilly for my body heat. Getting hot and a little bit wet and moist, and then it getting real cold. It isn't worth it to try and fight off another sickness or let this one come back just because I was too ignorant to, you know, put on a sweatshirt and sweat through it. It's nothing but a bunch of shale and scree. It looks like all the way to the top. At 13,000 feet. It's going to be one of the higher peaks I've ever summited. This little shelter people created to enjoy the view from the wind, maybe. Now this section right here, this is going to be hell. There's no way it goes right. That looks like an incredible fall off. But am I still just like snaking my way to the top of this beast? Might be because I'm still on the back end of overcoming a sickness, plus the altitude and the overworking my body right now. There is a lightness to the breath. I take maybe 20 to 50 steps before I slow down a little bit, take a breather. But the sections, every little section just gets me. I need to take a breath after I get 30 feet. I'm pretty happy with the reveal. We still got some work to do. Just straight up. We can do it. We can do it. I'm gonna come all this way just to say, no, I can't do it. Run over breathing. Feel it in the legs a little bit. Breath does seem to be slowly getting a little bit shorter. Stormy weather up here. I mean, I am on a mountain, so anything could happen. It wouldn't start closing in till noon. Up until then, though, there's always a 20% chance of rain. So hopefully we don't have to rush and scramble our way down quickly. This peak is at 13,000. I'm only at 12,3. So either my watch is wrong or their map is wrong. Every step's a battle now. Almost. We hit the saddle. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, baby. This is amazing. All still covered in shadow. Mailbox. Oh. Grab this notebook and do a little soul searching, maybe. August 10th, summit, 7:45 a.m., Bryant from Indiana. This is my 25th national park in 178 days. A good hike for my congested sinus infection. For better mental, physical, and spiritual health, read The Comfort Crisis by Michael Easter. I am headed to Zion and Utah's Big Five in the coming days. The goal was 63 U.S. national parks in 365 days, but now it is everything in the lower 48. You are capable of more than you think in this lifetime. After reading this book, The Comfort Crisis by Michael Easter, something that stood out in it is talking about how to regenerate healthy body cells over old, useless ones, and some of that comes from high endurance exercise on low calories. I might only eat like a Nutri-Grain bar, something that's like 200 calories. Then I'll go hike, 3,000 elevation gain over 8 miles. And what happens is my body's hungry. It's fighting, it's starving. So it's quickly just eradicating all the useless shit in my body and trying to find the energy that it needs to continue to fight the challenge that I put in front of it. And that's something that I was doing unconsciously, but then I read this book and now it's set in. I was like, holy shit, this is real science. This is actually happening. This is what I'm doing to myself. This is how I'm getting more fit. I'm getting stronger, leaner, faster. It's not by chance, it's by choice. So there are ways to improve your health. You just gotta go and move your body a little bit more and take care of what you're eating. And on that note, I did only eat one bar on the way up, but what I have right now is this MRE bar, real whole food, 20 grams of protein, oatmeal chocolate chip. The calories this thing is holding for me is only 260. So by the time I've hiked this hike 8.5 miles completely, and I see somebody else coming. 8.5 mile hike completely, 3,000 feet elevation gain roughly. I'll have only eaten 500 calories on the day. I make it up for bigger meals when I get down, but the fasting of through the challenge, that's what really helps me out. I think this is it. Either that's it, or this is it. This is the highest point. With my condition of still somewhat fighting off a sickness on the ass end of it, we're gonna call the Great Basin good. I'm just gonna do this hike today. I'm not gonna stick around. I have to make my way back towards Indiana for my third wedding this year of another one of my best friends. And that means that this is the end of Great Basin National Park. So if you like Great Basin National Park, hit the like button. If you like national parks, hit the subscribe button. Follow me to more. Follow my Instagram for more landscape photography for my adventures. Stay tuned as I head to Utah's Big Five coming up next, starting with Zion. This cloud just moved in out of nowhere. Oh man, I gotta view at just the right time because now there's a cloud just completely covering the entire mountain. I didn't spend more than a half an hour at the summit before I headed down. There was one person behind me. I spoke to him briefly in passing. Seemed to be 60 to 70-year-old man who was only like 15 minutes behind me on the trail. And I didn't see him till we got till this last like half-mile saddle because his neon colors were so vibrant and sticking out. Shocked me personally that as I struggled, that guy was nowhere in sight. Then he appeared out of nowhere 15 minutes behind me. So props to that guy. and the older generations that are still out here in the mountains and the wilderness just getting after it. There is life here. And apparently after reading that book, it's good for you to experience things like this. That older gentleman is now finding his way down behind me. I'll keep an eye on him as I can, because he has a very nice red jacket that stands out. Rain is moving in. Clouds are coming in behind us. It's only 8:30 and I think it said like thunderstorms, possible lightning at noon. So we've still got a good break here before things get really interesting, but we're possible just a very light drizzle starting to work its way on us. So keep an eye on my friend behind me, and hopefully we get down before this situation gets nasty. It's getting pretty dark around the peak there, so good timing to not be up there. You can't even see that cliff face that's right here anymore. I can, but not on this. Yeah, as these clouds just swirl around, they consume this peak.